Hey everyone, it's me, Mr. Gaming Guitarist, and I have to tell you, I just saw Sammy Hagar in concert last night, and man, I gotta tell you, that was my very first concert that I've been to in 5 years, because the last concert I went to was Iron Maiden last year, 2019, so this is the first concert I've been to like this decade, and I have to tell you, it was incredible. Like, it did not disappoint. Like, the fact that Sammy Hagar is 76 years old and can still sing just as good as he did in the 80s was, like, it's still mind-blowing. Like, it was already mind-blowing listening to his newer albums, but the fact that, but it is nothing compared to actually seeing it in person. And like, Michael Anthony was there too, of course, because he's been with Sammy ever since Sammy left Van Halen. Michael has never left him, and it's finally great to see Michael Anthony in person at a concert, because he has been one of my, I mean, both of them really, Sammy and Mike, have been two of my heroes, like, since I started listening to Van Halen when was that? 2007, so since I was 13. Like, his bass playing's phenomenal, and of course Michael Anthony is well known for his backup vocals, and he can still sing great. It was amazing. But let me tell you though, the MVP of that show, in my opinion, was, I mean, this guy has been one of my heroes since I first heard about him in like 2008, when I first started reading Guitar World magazine. Joe Satriani. He was able to play Eddie Van Halen's guitar parts flawlessly. Like, just flawlessly. He was so good. Like, because at first I was wondering, I was skeptical. I was like, is this going to be weird? Is this going to work? Because, like, the whole point of this tour that Sammy is on is it's called The Best of All Worlds. And what he's doing on this tour is he's playing, most of the set is all just like Van Halen songs, because I look at this as like a big tribute to Eddie. And I was wondering, is this gonna be too weird? But no, Joe fit in like a charm, because it just worked. But the thing I loved about it was, like, especially when it came to the guitar solos during those Van Halen songs that they were doing, Joe wasn't playing all the notes. He wasn't doing it completely note for note the way Eddie did, but the thing I liked is he played most of it, but still, like, if I would say he played like 80% of it, and then 20% he just added his own, like, you know, his own Satch twist on it. And I was blown away, because I already was a massive Joe Satriani fan from his, like, instrumental albums. And of course, like, I was a big fan of Chickenfoot as well, which was like that little super group, because it was really like seeing 3/4 of Chickenfoot, but you had Jason Bonham instead of Chad Smith. But by the way, let me tell you, Jason Bonham was amazing on the drums. Like, it was so cool to see him, because of course, you know, I'm a massive Led Zeppelin fan, and I've seen Jason like during that DVD of the Led Zeppelin reunion from 2007, but I haven't really seen a ton of stuff from him. But man, he was great on the drums, so it was nice to, I'm just so happy. Like, I've always wanted to see all four of those guys in concert, but when you see the four of them together as a band, it was just absolutely incredible. I had no complaints about the show at all. I was so satisfied. And by the way, my best friend Keanu, he gave me a ticket because he knew I wanted to go. He knew I was the big Van Halen fan, and you know, this, like, Sammy's getting old. Like, I already mentioned his age. Like, he's 76, and Michael Anthony is 70, and Joe Satriani is 68, and Jason Bonham's the youngest. I think he's 58, if I remember. But man, because I don't know when Sammy's going to be touring again, but if you ever, and I don't know when, like, if Joe Satriani's going to stay on, like, do future tours with Sammy or not, because I would love a new Chickenfoot album, because those were two amazing albums that Chickenfoot made, such an amazing super group, and it worked so well, in my opinion. But man, if you ever want to see a great band, like, if you are a Van Halen fan, like, it's a no-brainer, go see it, because it was such a loving tribute to my hero Eddie Van Halen, and I loved every single minute of it. So yeah, I just want to talk about it. I got to see Sammy Hagar, and it was awesome.